Back at you with another video coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Boss Life Secrets, which can be found on Amazon.com. So I just wanted to talk about this. In a previous video, I talked about how Richard Sherman was arrested and his wife actually called the police, and his father-in-law, which is his wife's father, pulled a pistol on him. He was about to put a bullet in him and Richard Sherman. So think about this for a second. If you call the police on me, that's unforgettable. There's nothing you can say to me that's gonna make up for this. And that's grounds for a divorce. On top of that, the dad pepper sprayed him and he was willing to shoot him. Think about that for a second. Think about how crazy that sounds. So that means they didn't have a good relationship. Well, maybe Sherman had a good relationship with him, but maybe the father didn't like Sherman. That's what it sounds like. Because I don't know about you, I've never thought about pulling out a pistol on anybody that I care about. So I'm gonna read some of this. This free agent cornerback Richard Sherman is facing several charges, including one on suspicious of burglary, domestic violence, after he was arrested at his wife's parents' residence in Richmond, Washington, early Wednesday. And it goes on to say that there was a possible DUI hit and run charges related to a separate incident. Sherman sustained minor injuries, lower leg and ankle, and was treated at a local hospital as a result of contact from a police dog. They sicked the dog on him, yo. Thinking about this for a second. Now these cops know who Richard Sherman is. They know who he is. They sicked the dog on him. So think about this for a second. First off, they love calling the cops on us. They love calling cops on us. You got a dude that's worth millions of dollars. He's well known in the Seattle area. And he's getting treated like this. Think about this for a second. This is kind of wild. And I'm gonna keep on reading some of this. Let's say the domestic violence component of the charge Sherman faces, which is a felony, is because of his relation to the occupants of the residence. The malicious mischief charge is in relation to the damage he allegedly did to their front door. No one at the residence sustained injuries, and Sherman did not gain entry. So I guess he was knocking on the door hard, trying to get inside. And check this out. I bet you Sherman has a lot to do with them being in that house, because the car that he was driving was registered to the address to that house where he was at. So more than likely he probably bought that house for them, but you don't know what was said over the telephone between Sherman and the dad. That's the thing. So they said Richmond police received a 911 call at 1:49 in the morning from one of the residents of the home, at which at least 4 adults were present, saying that Sherman was trying to gain entrance. Yeah. It goes on to say, At this time we're going. This is what his wife said. Now, at this time we're going to make no statements. No, I think, yeah, this is his wife. At this time we're going to make no statements, except he didn't harm anybody. She said that to the Seattle Times. My kids were not harmed in the incident. My kids. He didn't say our kids. My kids. He's a good person, and this is not his character. We're doing all right, just trying to get him out. I want people to know no one was injured. Sherman, 33, which, he shouldn't be going through this type of shit. He's 33 years old. He shouldn't even be married. This is why I always say, if you're going to get married, do it when you're like at least 35. A guy of his age with his millions should be somewhere kicking it. Somewhere in Brazil, having fun, not running behind some crazy woman having the cops call on you. Okay, so the NFL said Wednesday that it investigates any incident involving law enforcement, and if there is a violation of a personal conduct policy, the player will be facing discipline. Sherman also is a vice president of NFL Players Association Executive Committee. We were made aware of an arrest last night of one of our player leaders for an alleged domestic violence incident and have activated our domestic violence crisis protocol for the protection and support of everyone involved. Forget the NFL. I tell you what, whatever plans he had after his football career, that's over. This has pretty much ruined his reputation. Think about this for a second. You got a dude that ain't never had no prior incidents, no problems, record is clean. Now, it's over. So here's Sherman in court. He released a statement on Twitter saying, I behave in a manner I am not proud of. I have been dealing with some personal challenges over the last several months, but that is not an excuse for how I acted. The importance of mental and emotional health is extremely real, and I vow to get the help I need. Of course, come on, man. It's just, look, if you gotta call the police to take care of your social business, you really need to reassess how you're conducting your entire social life. And what happened between the time? What happened on the telephone? I'm wondering what was said between the father-in-law and Richard Sherman. What was said? What did he say that set Richard off? And what was Richard's wife doing at her parents' house at 2 in the morning? What's she doing there? And why did she feel like it was okay to call the police? I don't care if it was drunk or not. If you calling the cops on me, we're done. There's nothing else left to say. I've never called the cops on anybody in my life. I never thought about it. I felt like if I had to call the cops, I'm out of line. I gotta fall back and think about some things, and I just, this is crazy. And number one, they say he was driving over there and he crashed. First of all, what the hell he doing driving? If you worth millions of dollars, I'm not even worth millions of dollars, and I don't even drive like that. When I go to these other countries, I don't drive. I get someone else to do that. I drive if I have to here in America, but if someone else wants to drive, have at it. But if I'm worth millions of dollars, I'm not driving anywhere. I'm gonna have a driver, a chauffeur. So just that, what you doing driving and crashing in Seattle? I mean, this stinks. This the entire story. This just stinks. From start to finish. Maybe, I don't know what, obviously they didn't have a good relationship. Now see his wife, obviously she was running her mouth, telling her parents and probably her friends what's going on in their household. And see, that's the problem with a lot of women. See, once you start telling people outside of your household, your friends and family, what's going on in your household, they start looking at you funny style. Sure, you might forgive him, but they don't. And they'll be looking at you funny style forever. And see, this is why a lot of women need to shut their mouths. Let your business stay in your household. This is unforgivable, man. You can't. And then the dad pull out the pistol. You can't let that go. We got beef for life. The only way to solve this, in my opinion, is to get a divorce and get away from all of y'all. It's like, some things, man, is unforgivable. And you calling the police on me and pepper spraying me and pulling a pistol on me, that's unforgivable. There's nothing you can say to me as a man after that. You can't tell me, I apologize. No, I'm not apologizing. I don't accept your apology. You pepper sprayed me and you was about to kill me. If you pull a gun on somebody, you basically made up your mind, say, hey, I'm willing to go there if need be. And I think she has a white mom, and the dad, he looks like a foreigner. Let me see. Let me try to pull it up real quick. Let's see, Sherman wife. Let me try to pull it up real quick. See. Let's see. Oh no, that's his wife right here. Yeah, that's his wife right there. So let me try to see if I can find the parents. Let's see. Maybe I can pull it up here real quick. So that's the dad right there. That's him and his wife. Yeah, he looked like he could be a foreigner. And I know her mom is white. Now, see, here's the problem. Raymond Moss, that's his father-in-law. Now, here's the problem with these white mothers. White mothers are very sensitive about their daughters being married to us. Here's what most people don't want to talk about. They're very sensitive when it comes to their daughters being married to us. Now, this is my experience. Now, I'm talking from my experience. And I've had conversations with a gang of people about this. Most white mothers, if they don't like the fact that their daughter is married to us, they'll do things to low-key sabotage the relationship. And the daughter, basically the mom will manipulate the daughter. And the daughter might not catch on until everything is destroyed. Or years might go past. A lot of white mothers, man, are very sensitive to who. Now, her mom might feel like she would prefer her daughter to be with a white man because her mom might not even respect her husband. I've seen that happen. I've had conversations with many people about this type of shit. So just because she gets married to a black man, that doesn't necessarily mean she respects him as a man. And that doesn't necessarily mean she wants her daughter to be with a black man either. Because I've heard some white women say, hey, because some white women will lay up with and date black men, but if you ask them, hey, do you want your daughter to date a black man? They'd say no. Most would say no. And these white women, they around black men all the time. But when it comes to their daughter dating a black man, the answer is no. So they're very sensitive about that. And P.S. and by the way, a lot of these same white women, they'll post pictures on social media of her friends and her daughter and grandmother and everybody. But they will not, more than likely, they won't post pictures of her and the husband or the husband. If they do, it's going to probably be every blue moon. But they constantly, I'm talking every week, going to be posting pictures of her and her girlfriends and her mom, her grandparents and all that shit, and her daughter. But when it comes to her and her husband, if the husband's a black man, almost never. So white women are very sensitive when it comes to this, the politics and racial aspects of these type of relationships. So you never know what type of relationship they had with Richard Sherman, or you never really know if they had good intentions with Richard Sherman. Obviously, they didn't respect the man because something was said on the telephone between them. And when he got there, he cracked the door and pepper sprayed him. And then he said he had, if Richard would have gotten inside, he was packing. He was willing to shoot him, put a bullet in him. So obviously there wasn't a whole lot of respect there. That's obvious. But you just have to, these type of incidents happen all. We get called the police on us all the time, man. But we just have to do a better job at filtering out these women, and see, I bet you This family has benefited big time with being married. But if they thought of being married to Richard Sherman, they probably benefited big time. You know, he probably bought them a house, bought them a car, you know, got all type of shit for them. And this is what he gets for all of that. His reputation is ruined. I think he was supposed to be a broadcaster after football. More than likely, that's ruined too. That's finished. This is what he gets for all of that. One wrong mistake, your reputation is over. And this is why I tell guys, get your passport and get the hell up out of here. Travel. Because it doesn't matter how great you are. Doesn't matter your track record. First time you make a mistake, it's over. Sad but true. Like, share this video. I highly recommend you go check out my book, Boss Life Secrets, which can be found on Amazon.com. Tell me what you think below. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.